Jesse.
Travis.
And we are Roundthecourt analysts. And first thing us off, it's playoff atmosphere. It's got me wanting to play.
Absolutely. I do love this time of year. There's no other greater sporting event than watching the NBA playoffs through late April and June.
But let's be honest, you're no Kyrie Irving, I'm no Steph Curry. We'll probably never be that.
You're right. We are not those players. We are only designated to watching and analyzing those athletic superstars on the court during this time of year.
But to start off with the playoffs, let's start off with Cleveland and Chicago. Kyrie Irving, D. Rose, LeBron, Jimmy Butler. It's going to be a great series.
It is going to be a very interesting series. It tips off tonight, Game 1 in Cleveland. The season series being 3-1 Cleveland's way. But going into this series, Cleveland definitely has some questions with the absences of Kevin Love and J.R. Smith. So it'll be interesting to see how how Cleveland deals with those two absences.
Well, let's say Pau Gasol's having a career year. Tom Thibodeau's preaching defense, physicality, toughness. Can they get past Cleveland?
It'll be interesting because, as we know, any Tom Thibodeau coach team is going to rely on defense, playing smart defense and playing defense for 48 minutes and being very tough. And with the addition of Pau Gasol, offensively it adds a little bit more versatility and firepower from that front court position, along with depth that they may not necessarily have had in the past with the likes of Carlos Boozer.
But one thing I do love from last series, D. Rose attacking once again. The D. Rose we came to love to see. What do you think he's going to do this series? Or can he sustain his will to the basket?
I think Derrick Rose is going to continue his playoff performance like he did against the Bucks. Because even remember, back in the season when he played Cleveland, he pretty much had his way with Kyrie Irving and with Cleveland. I mean, he would get to the basket, he would crash the glass, rebound the ball well, facilitate, and he would get to the free throw line, most importantly, which is what we've grown accustomed to seeing Derrick Rose do, which is attack the basket and get to the free throw line. So I think Derrick Rose in this series, he's going to know that he's going to have to facilitate for his teammates early on, get guys like Mike Dunleavy open shots, get easy buckets for Joakim Noah and other guys. And we're going to see Derrick Rose have to get to the free throw line late in the game. So I think Derrick Rose is going to continue a strong playoff basketball that he's played up to this point.
Well, since we're talking about the backcourt, how about the resurgence of Jimmy Butler last playoff series?
Jimmy
was
Butler,
phenomenal.
He was. Jimmy Butler is a perennial all-star. He is playing some great basketball, averaging 25 points a game, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. He is definitely the top 2 guard in the East right now left in the playoffs. And I look forward to seeing what he's going to do, especially considering J.R. Smith is not going to be on the court this evening or games 1 and 2.
Now let's say, between the matchups, the bench, who can ride the momentum of their bench success in these playoff games?
It's a very interesting question. I think going into Game 1, I definitely feel like the Bulls, with the addition of Aaron Brooks in the offseason and rising rookie Nikola Mirotic, will definitely add a little bit more offensive firepower coming off the bench for the Bulls compared to the Cavs, because with J.R. Smith not being able to play in Kevin Love, that means these bench players are going to have to be starters. So I think that's going to take away a little bit from their bench. It'll be interesting to see how much offensive firepower Tristan Thompson can add to this lineup coming off the bench tonight. Because Tristan Thompson did have significant success against the Bulls during the regular season in one of the games, even up to accumulating 13 offensive rebounds and contributing about 15 points. So Tristan Thompson will be looked at during the series to contribute not only on the glass but offensively as well.
Well, let's say the bigs, though, since Kevin Love's down, the Chicago still has Taj Gibson coming off the bench, another good big that's really active in the post, and he can even grab rebounds that you wouldn't even think nobody else would grab, but he gets them.
Taj Gibson is definitely more than just a high motor player. The reputation that he gets over the last few years, he definitely has a face-up game offensively in the post, but he's just such a high-motor guy. I mean, he runs the floor very well. He's active. He plays great help defense, and he crashes the glass and gets a lot of offensive rebounds and keeps possessions alive for the Bulls, which is very, very important considering they don't play at a very, very fast pace.
Since we broke the game down, the question's got to come. How many games will this series goes, and who comes out victor?
I definitely have Cleveland winning in 7. I think that it's going to be hard for the Chicago Bulls to come into Cleveland and win games, because I think that with the likes of Kyrie Irving and LeBron James as a 1-2 punch, I definitely think that they will be the most talented 1-2 duo tonight and in the series, in fact, every time they step on the court. And considering that Kyrie Irving is an offensive-minded point guard, something LeBron does very, very well and very naturally is to facilitate. He's a natural-born facilitator, getting a lot of his teammates involved and enabling them to get in rhythm. And I think playing alongside LeBron James is enabled Kyrie Irving this season, and especially in the first round against the Celtics, to do what he does best, and that's stay in attack mode and to really be one of the best scoring machines that we have in the league. So I think that with the combination of Kyrie Irving's explosive offensive power and LeBron James, the all-around best player in the league, I think it's just going to be hard in a 7-game series if Derrick Rose does not play at that MVP level that we've seen him play at for the entire series. I don't see the Chicago Bulls getting past the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And that's it for that breakdown right there. And it's been Round the Court Analyst. My name's Jesse.
Travis.
And have a good day.